Hey folks, Aksham this side from AceIPM. We have a good news yet again. If you are a serious IPM aspirant in 2025, IIM Kozhikode has announced its 4-year BMS program. Although they have initially mentioned that from next year in their Kochi campus they'll be starting a 4-year UG liberal arts program, what they failed to mention at that point was that they will also be launching an undergrad BMS program, and that has finally launched this year. And in this video, we are going to have a look at all the details which are available about that. So first of all, it will be done in their Kochi campus. It is going to offer you a degree which is Bachelor of Management Studies, honors with research. Do not confuse this program with IPM. It is more similar to something which IIM Sirmaur offers, where you have a 4-year degree without an MBA option. Over here, they have also not specified if you need to meet a certain GPA criteria to get promoted to MBA, which is the case with IIM Sirmaur at 8 plus GPA. This program will be commencing this year itself, so that's a very good news. Also, if in case you are preparing for JIPMAT as well, we have an all India mock which is live right now. You can go on the link which is given down in the description. You can attempt this mock. It will give you a very good idea in terms of where your overall standing is like, give you that last brush up before your actual paper starts. Also, we have our marathon course running, so you can go on our website, check that out as well. And we have marathons going on for JIPMAT, then we'll have marathon sessions going for Rohtak, and then for eventually for IPMAT Indore as well. And in these marathon sessions, we are going to revise every single thing and help you solve the questions which are most expected in the exam. Coming back to the video, which is BMS at IIM Kozhikode. So they say that it is fully aligned with the NEP with flexible credit options. We are assuming that this means that you have an option to exit the program after 3 years, 2 years, 1 year as well, and not do it completely for 4 years. It is going to follow a semester system and not the trimester system with which most of the IIMs in IPM follow. You have minors available, so you can specialize in a certain field like economics, public policy, AIML, psychology, behavioral sciences, finance, liberal studies, and all of those things. So that is something which is available. You have multiple career paths that they have mentioned, one of them being that you get into a business management, you pursue traditional executive roles. You have multiple projects and internships as a part of your program. You have foreign exchange as a part of your program. You have career assistance from corporate access, readiness, and engagement, the professional career cell of IMK. So you have access to that. So that means IIM Kozhikode is also going to offer placement assistance. So that's again a very good thing. उसके बाद अगर हम बात करते हैं in terms of program structure, as I mentioned, semester system रहेगा. You have in the middle of it you have options for projects, internship, and your foreign exchange as well. So you can have a look at it. Nothing too concrete over here. Main thing is how are you going to be sitting for the entrance, what entrance, and what the eligibility looks like. So first of all, there is no minimum 10th and 12th percentage criteria. There is no maximum age criteria. As long as you have cleared your class 12th, as long as you have given your class 12th entrances, your board exams, you are done with that. The selection would primarily be based on your class 10 score, 12 score, interview, and the aptitude test. In terms of aptitude test, they are not going to tie up with any other institution. They are conducting their own aptitude test, which is going to be called IIM Kozhikode BMS Aptitude Test. It will comprise of 2 sections, verbal ability and quantitative aptitude. It says multiple choice questions will be given. So we are assuming there is no QA essay section like IIM Indore. At the same time, given the stature of this college, we feel like that the exam is going to be similar, more similar to IPMAT Indore than let's say JIPMAT or IPMAT Rohtak. Because IIM Kozhikode as a college is arguably even better than IIM Indore in terms of their academic outcomes after MBA. But in terms of BMS, of course, the story changes because of the degree, because of the fee, and a lot of things which we'll talk about later. In terms of exemptions to the entrance test, if you've already given JE or ACT or SAT, in that case you can choose to not give BMS aptitude test. Otherwise, giving this entrance test is going to be compulsory. After you've given the entrance test, basis of your 10th score, 12th score, entrance test score, they are going to compute your index score, basis of which people will be shortlisted for the interview. Your interview will happen, and they'll evaluate you on certain parameters which are mentioned over here. And expected interview duration is going to be 15 minutes. Basis of your score in this interview, aptitude test, 10th and 12th is how you're going to get the final selection list, and then subsequent waitlist movement will happen. There is a foreign exchange, as I mentioned. Over here, the main thing which I feel like is concerning about this particular program is the fee structure. Because if you look at the fee structure, you are supposed to pay roughly 7 lakh rupees every single year as a part of this program. इतना भी ठीक होता if this included your boarding and lodging charges, which is not. So hostel and mess fee are separate and they apply to students who opt for hostels. So this is not a residential program. You have an option to stay outside the campus as well. This will be in the new Kochi campus. एंड इन दैट केस आप हॉस्टल लेते हैं तो उसका खर्चा एक्स्ट्रा है, आप बाहर रहते हैं तो भी उसका खर्चा एक्स्ट्रा है. सो यू कैन से दैट दिस इज इफेक्टिवली अ प्रोग्राम विच इज कॉस्टिंग यू 9 lakh rupees every single year, which is a lot. Yes, IIM Kozhikode is a very good institution. Yes, there will be multiple options available in terms of financing this through the means of loans. A lot of banks would be willing to offer you loans because IIM Kozhikode is such a good institution. But what you need to also understand is that 9 lakh per annum, 27, 28 lakh rupees, for the 3 years of program, and you need to consider that in 3 years they'll probably not offer placement assistance. They'll do that after 4 years. So that is going to be a program which is worth 36, 37 lakh rupees just for your undergrad, where we are seeing that other IIMs are giving you an IPM degree in almost the same amount of money. So in that case, that raises a big question about this program. If you are somebody who is financially affluent, if you are somebody who can at least partly finance this, education, your parents can finance this, maybe you can take a loan of 10-15 lakhs, but that's about it. But if you are thinking of anything more than that, I don't think this is a college that you should be applying for, because MBA नहीं है. MBA होता तो एक बार को मैं फिर भी बोलता, because the placements are going to be different, after you do your undergrad with an IIM versus after you do a postgrad with an IIM. So that is something that is a big caveat in this particular program. Everything else looks fine and fantastic. Over here it mentions that placement assistance would be provided, but the institution cannot guarantee job placement. A lot of people can think of it as a red flag कि ये तो पहले ही पता झाड़ रहे हैं, they cannot guarantee a job placement, but that's the case with every IIM. Yes, they are posting 100% placements, but they're not obligated to make sure that every single student is being placed. Agar, if you're not able to be placed, then in that case, the institution does not take any guarantee of sorts, but that's standard across all IIMs. That's not something which is specific to IIM Kozhikode. They're just mentioning it outright. Applications are now open. You need to pay 4,250 to even apply. So similar pricing as other IPMATs. And the application is open till 22nd of May. Admit cards you can get on 9th of June. On 22nd of June, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. you have the entrance, and the interviews will be conducted in July. Most likely the program will begin in the month of August, which is the case with other IIMs as well. Now they have a very comprehensive FAQ section which you can have a look at. I have marked certain important ones. There is no calculator which is allowed during the test. That is what this particular FAQ says. And then the admission fee, application fee I've already mentioned. After that, if we talk about test specific FAQs, candidates are prohibited from bringing calculators to the testing centers, but you can use the on-screen calculator which will be available throughout the exam. You must answer the section in a specific order, and the order remains the same for all candidates. That means there is going to be a sectional timer. Whether there is going to be a sectional cutoff or not is something which is not mentioned over here. And that's about it in terms of the information that we have about this college. I'll be making a form fill up video shortly about this, and every serious student who is going to apply for IPM 2025 should be looking out for this particular opportunity. It's a very good college, very good program. Yes, the fee is on the higher side, but everything else apart from that looks promising. And again, a final reminder: in 20 minutes from now, you have your All India JIPMAT mock coming up. So if in case you're interested, please make sure that you are